partnership between HP and Disney created a new category in technology and a new standard in animated film that was cutting-edge technology at the time. And that's what we've been doing for 75 years. We create new categories, we innovate, and we set new benchmarks. Over and over, we attract the world's attention, but we earn it every single day. For example, in 1968, we brought the first desktop calculator to the market. You know, for all intents and purposes, it was really a desktop computer. But HP called it a calculator, because at the time, the perception was that any serious computer had to be the size of a refrigerator. Bill Hewlett said, and I quote, "If we had called it a computer, it would have been rejected by our customers' computer gurus because it didn't look like an idea." We therefore decided to call it a calculator, and all such nonsense disappeared. Today, the next big thing is often said to be wearables. Well, HP was a pioneer in wearables a long time ago. HP created the first wearable in 1977, and I'm actually wearing one right now. And it still works. The only bad news was they didn't make a size for women. In the 1980s, we introduced desktop laser printers, which completely redefined the office. That same decade, we created the first x86 server built on industry standards, giving customers PC-like economics and flexibility for their server environments. In the 1990s, we took that industry standard server and simplified and improved the data center by creating the first rack mount server on the market, the HP ProLiant 4000. In the 2000s, our HP 2524 networking switch went into space, literally into space, to the International Space Station, making it the first commercial Ethernet switch deployed in space. We also revolutionized the data center in 2002 with the first blade server, offering new levels of flexibility, scalability, and economics. And just last year, we disrupted server design again with HP Moonshot, which uses up to 89% less energy, 80% less space, and costs 77% less than traditional servers. But we didn't get this far by looking backward. We can take this moment to celebrate all that we've accomplished over the past 75 years, but we simply cannot dwell on the past. We have to keep moving, and that is precisely what we are doing. We haven't always traveled the easiest path or the most comfortable course, but we take the steps that must be taken to protect our competitive advantage and to better serve all of you. Today, HP has 317,500 employees operating in 170 countries across 5 major lines of business. HP is different because we solve today's most challenging problems while at the same time we invent the future. We have to do both at once. I can tell you with pride that HP has turned the corner. We are on a clear path, and we have done the hard things to keep us in the lead. The company is back on stable footing. We've reestablished relationships with our most important constituents, our employees, our investors, but most importantly you, our customers and our partners. We've made it easier for you to do business with us. We've reignited the innovation engine, and we are executing a clear and compelling strategy that will take HP into the future. And for those that are interested in the financials, a few weeks ago we announced our second quarter earnings, and I'm pleased to report that HP's turnaround remains firmly on track. We delivered earnings per share at the high end of our financial outlook and generated $3 billion in cash flow from operations. We ended Q2 with operating company net cash of $2.7 billion. We also announced steps to continue to reduce costs and further streamline the company. The reality is we need to continue to simplify how we do business. Every day we take steps to get closer to our customers, to eliminate the bureaucracy and reduce costs that get in the way of giving you the very best products and services possible. These changes will also help our ability to innovate, to read a threat and outmaneuver, to bring the resources of a battleship while moving like a speedboat. We are making these changes to equip this company for the future and to be the best technology partner on earth for you. This is a time of relentless change for businesses and governments. Ceaseless information flows, threats and uncertainty, constant connectivity, instant gratification, new channels and new markets, and these changes are coming at unprecedented speed. Now, some may see what I just described as challenges, but I prefer to look at them as abundant opportunity. It's a revolution in how we do business, and to unlock the potential, we need a new style of IT. We need solutions to embrace change, harness data, manage risk, enable agility, and stay connected to your employees and customers faster than ever before. It's truly the survival of the fittest. While everyone today talks about big data, the reality is that most organizations don't fully understand how to use it or even where to start. And it's not enough to find some place to just stash the data. The challenge now is to put it to work. We have to leverage the data in real time to understand our customers, create better products and services, and optimize and secure operations. This is about IT providing business value, providing insights that shape your company's very strategy, and creating new revenue streams. And depending on whatever industry you're in, it might even be about saving lives. Your data and your customers' data are both incredibly valuable. And we've grown all too familiar with a litany of breaches, hackers, leaks, and vulnerabilities. And we all know that security is no longer just the CISO's job, it is everyone's responsibility. I know my board is now thinking a lot about security. Think about what happened at one of the biggest retailers in the United States. Security has become a boardroom issue. And without the proper vigilance, you have to assume that your data centers and organizations have already been compromised. But HP has a vision for what's next. Not a new iteration of what we know, a new paradigm, pure and simple. And when we move to a new paradigm, new things become possible. What kinds of things? Suppose you had a dashboard capable of displaying every aspect of your enterprise operations in real time. You probably have some view of your enterprise today, but by the time you analyze that data and turn it into insights, it's stale. What if we could fix that? Better yet, what if this resource was something you could mine yourself without having to make an IT request? What if we could analyze 1 trillion customer relationship management records in the blink of an eye? Or expand by tenfold the bandwidth and storage of all your data centers without having to build your own power station to support them? And look beyond your own organization. Wouldn't it be great if your doctor could compare your symptoms and genomics with those of every other patient around the world to instantly improve your health without language barriers and privacy breaches? All of these things will be possible with something that we call the machine. HP is building a new way to compute from the ground up. We've been talking about many of the component technologies for some time. Now we're bringing them together in a single project to make a revolutionary new compute architecture available by the end of the decade. This changes everything. The machine is not a server or a laptop or a mainframe. It's a continuum. It is all those things and more. A new approach to managing the distributed information automation landscape.